In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your front brake caliper on your Chevy Colorado. It's located behind your front wheel. Remove your hubcap using a pry bar. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove our wheel. Remove your wheel. Anytime you do any sort of hydraulic work, you're going to want to use some sort of a pole or a pry bar and push down on that brake pedal. You can jam it up against the seat and just hold it down with the bar, and that'll make it so less brake fluid comes out when you're taking things apart. It also helps in the brake bleed procedure. It makes it a lot simpler. Using an 11mm socket, we're going to take off our brake hose. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to remove these bolts. There's one on the bottom and one on the top right here. Now we're going to use a 21mm socket and a swivel as well and get up top here. Make sure you have a hand on your caliper. Ours is stuck due to rust. I'm going to use a pry bar to pull this caliper off. You remove it, put it on the bench. We have our calipers on a bench here. We're going to take out these two bolts to separate the bracket from the caliper. Using a 13mm socket, I'm going to use my air gun and take this apart. If you don't have an air gun and you're using a ratchet, you're going to want to secure the caliper. Either someone can hold it for you, or you can put it in a vise, or you can use a pry bar just to hold it still while you loosen up these bolts. I'm going to tip this over and remove this. If you're going to reuse your pads, you can if you have pads that are in good shape. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But usually if you're replacing your caliper, you're probably not going to want to reuse your pads. So just take these out like this. Sometimes they get a little stuck. You might need something to pry them out with. Just keep a note of how the pads were in and just set it up however it makes it easier for you. Using a 13mm, we're going to take apart our new caliper. I'll take this off, set it aside. And at this point, we're going to take out our slides and make sure they are lubricated enough. These look pretty good, actually. I'm going to add a little bit more silicone paste. Just make sure. and I'm gonna put it in there, go back and forth a little bit, and squeeze this accordion rubber thing. Make sure it's in between so it can store the lubricant for the slide. After you're done doing that, you're gonna push down, and there's a lot of air in there, so you're gonna take a pick or a flathead screwdriver, a small one, and just don't poke into it. You're just gonna take it on the edge there and let the air out. You definitely don't want any air in there. And to make sure you got it all, you're gonna pull it out, and there should be like a vacuum like that. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. Make sure you don't mess up which pin goes where, because one is different. This one has like a rubber thing on the bottom. Looking good. I'm gonna put a little paste, really thin layer on the bracket, and just spread it around like finger paint. Now we're going to put these on. Make sure you have this edge resting here, so you know you're putting them on right. And the center part should fit between the two edges on the bracket. If it doesn't, you're gonna have to move it around a little bit. Looks good. Now we're gonna put our pads in. The pad indicator, when the pads are worn, goes on top. I marked it with a crayon, comparing it to my old one. You can do the same if that helps you. And your other one goes this way. Okay, now we're ready to put this on. If you have to move the slide, turn this for it to fit, go ahead. You want the flat against the flat. And now we can put our bolts in. Let's tighten those up. Let's snug these up. We're going to torque these when they're on the car. And now we're going to install it. We're going to install our new caliper with pads. You're going to line up your hole for your bolt on the bottom or the top, whichever one you want to do first. Let's tighten those down. Let's torque our caliper bracket bolts to 133 foot-pounds. Let's torque our caliper bolts to 47 foot-pounds. And now let's attach our hose. Make sure that the washers are gone. And let's install new ones. Put the 2 washers on either side of the brake hose. Feed that bolt through. And install the bolt and hose. And torque this to 13 foot-pounds after you snug it up. That should be good. All right, so now you can take your pry bar out of where the brake pedal is. Now you're going to use a 10mm wrench. I like to use a line wrench. Loosen up this bleeder. If you have a cap, take the cap off first, then loosen the bleeder. And then you're just going to wait and see if there's any air bubbles. You're going to wait for a steady stream or a steady drip. That looks good. Now I'm going to close down the bleeder. Clean it up. Let it air dry, and then put your cap back on. Put your wheel on. Put your lug nuts on. Now we're going to tighten our wheel down. I'm going to spin it. Have one on the bottom, and we're going to walk our wheel up. And now we're going to go in a crisscross manner and tighten it up. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 103 foot-pounds in a crisscross style. Now you can put your hubcap on. Just tap it on. Make sure you have a drip pan for the old brake fluid. Wipe the cap, remove the cap, and let's siphon out the brake fluid. I'm using a plunger type siphon. Make sure there's no filter inside. Fill it up to the max. There's a line right here, little arrow, and replace the cap. Brake bleed procedure goes like this: right rear first, then the left rear, then the right front, and then the left front. Halfway through, We're going to check the master cylinder and make sure it's at level where it needs to be and refill it if necessary. We're going to start by removing our bleeder screw cap and getting an 8mm wrench ready to go. I also have something to catch the fluid. You either need a drip pan or something like this. I have somebody in the vehicle ready to pump up the brakes for me. So let's begin. Pump it up, please. They're holding the pedal down. I'm going to put this on top. I'm going to loosen the bleeder screw. He's going to let me know when the pedal hits the ground, and then we'll repeat the process until all the air is bled out of the system. It's to the floor. We're going to close it down. We're going to pump it up. He's holding. I'm going to crack it open. It's to the floor. I'm going to close it down. I'm not seeing any air, so I'm going to move on to the next wheel. As soon as I tighten this down and clean my area. Make sure you clean the area. Let it drip dry. And then replace your cap on the bleeder screw. Now we're going to move to our left rear. We're going to top it off. Take your cap off. Fill it up to the max. There's a line right here, little arrow. And replace the cap. Remove your cap off the wheel on your right front. You can pump it up. He's holding. It's to the floor. Tighten it up. Pump it up, please. He's holding. To the floor. That looked good. We're going to tighten this down. You can release if you'd like. We're going to clean this up. Let it air dry, and we're going to put our cap back on and go to the left front. We're going to top it off. Take your cap off. Fill it up to the max. There's a line right here, little arrow. And replace the cap.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.